Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. So after I record audio, I went back on the computer at like 3:30. I unloaded the phone. I managed to complete one audio file. I also completed editing Caleb's profile picture and I passed it off to Monika. And then I got tired and I got off at like 4:40. My computer demanded me to restart it again, so I did, and then I went straight to bed. According to Monika, I didn't like stay on for very long after that point. So yeah, I woke up sometime around like 1 o'clock in the morning, but I just went back to sleep. We got up the next morning together at like 5 something. So, because it was daylight savings time, it was technically 6, so we were on time. It just didn't fucking feel like it. So yeah. So I went on the computer sometime around like 6:40. I finished working on, the audio files I was, last messing with, and then I ended up printing out specific drafts that I needed to start working on. So for example, the 4-panel comic I was working on when we went to Garden Grove, and then the all the stuff for Winder's profile. I gave him a bunch of different head examples, but like I don't know which ones I'm gonna stick with, so I'm most likely gonna keep like a couple of them. Just the ones that look the best. And then, what else did I do besides that? I also printed a few full body shots of him. I don't know if I'm going to use both of those too. I really want to use the one of him holding Loris, because like that's extremely cute. And I feel like it defines his personality well. I don't know if it'll fit though in the actual file. So yeah, I kept getting sidetracked eating different like levels of breakfast. So Monika passed me, my apples, for example, and I had to stop and eat that. And, while I was eating, I ended up playing for her some videos. She asked me to check the weather because she wanted to go for a walk by herself. In the process of checking the weather, we found out it was going to rain tomorrow, specifically at the time that we had planned to leave for the laundromat. So we agreed to push laundry back to Tuesday because it's not going to rain on Tuesday. It's pretty like cloudy right now. It's been cloudy like all day long. So yeah, I'm surprised it didn't rain today. So after we did that, we split up. She went to go for her walk, and then I resumed work on the audio. So I got sidetracked a couple of times. I ended up finding a specific SQ Labs head for sale on the Dolphy Dream forum. The person who owns it is Jade Pixel, and like Jade Pixel is one of those photographers that I feel like her photography is so good that the lacking parts of the head molds of the dolls tend to like stick out like a sore thumb. And I feel like once I look at her stuff, I tend to feel like I hate specific head molds more because the way she photographs them just brings out all their flaws and they just look so terrible. I mean, like, even in the pictures that she took for her sale, the main glamour shot did not do the head justice. The actual like general photos that she took of the head in different angles actually made it seem like realistically what the product should look like. So yeah, Monika ended up getting back from her walk at 8:33. She wasn't able to find any like bottles, even though that she went far enough to probably find some. I got tired and I got off and I rested until 10, and then I went back on to work on the audio. I made Rooibos, and I looked at all the books I wanted to buy, and that's when I found out that Gold Medal Summer actually has a sequel, technically. It's called Gold Medal Winter, and it's following a ice skater, and it's written by the same woman. And I was asking Monika if she wants to try to read it, because we want something else to read. And Gold Medal Summer wasn't, like, even though it wasn't enjoyable as opposed to Colonial Madness, it still was a really good book compared to other books that we've read. And I really like the type of way Monika ended up playing the character made her seem like she was more interesting. So like, I'm willing to get it because I feel like it could be something that the kids in the complex might enjoy. I don't know. In total, I ended up totaling up all the books I wanted to get. It's 8 books except for what's it called? Colonial Madness. because they only had the old version. I want the new version. The new version was published under I'm gonna say a brand name named Mix, and a lot of that woman's books, Joe, I think, is Joe Whittemore? Is that what her name was? All of her books are published underneath that company, at least most of them. And I just, I read some of the descriptions. Only one of them caught my eye, which was D is for Drama, and I think that's gonna be the book I might want to get, because the other ones just left me feeling like I don't like the sound of this. It doesn't sound that good. Even what's the name of the other book? Oh, Confidentially Yours. I don't really like the concept. It's basically girls writing for a what was it called? A column for their school newspaper. I don't think I want to buy that. So I'm thinking about getting Colonial Madness along with D is for Drama, because that actually, it interests me. So yeah. I'm not planning on getting them this month though, because I don't really know if it'll be a good purchase at the moment. Okay, so all the books that I put in the cart for thrift books came out to like $37. So I think if I get Colonial Madness and D is for Drama new from Amazon, it's most likely going to be like about, that in itself should be about like $16 to $20 depending on the shipping, if I get charged shipping, because they're technically cheap. So yeah, so Monica got up to make lunch. I ended up eating yesterday's lettuce because I realized I still hadn't finished it yet. And then I finished the audio at like 11:20, so I left to go compress my video, and I played a YouTube video for her while I was away. So I ate the rest of lunch after that. We got off at 11:50, and we crushed the bottles, we shredded the files that we didn't need anymore, and we walked around for 45 minutes because she was telling me the second story that she came up with, the story that she actually enjoyed, and like it took forever to get through it, and then she ended up throwing a third story on top of it, and I was like getting so exhausted. Like, she told me that according to this YouTuber she was following, this Swedish girl was saying that if you feel sleepy during the winter, it's normal. Don't try to force yourself to be energized if you don't have like the stamina for it during this time of the year. So like, I think I should go to sleep, because like I'm still feeling tired. I've been trying to energize myself because there's stuff I need to do still. Most of the 4-panel comics that I've been working on, they're all like pretty much colored in. All I need to do is mess with the backgrounds, and like I don't feel like it right now. So yeah, Monica left at 1:50 to go get some food, and I'm recording audio right now, so this is what I need to do. At some point I need to either write the old fanfic or the new fanfic. I know I said previously that I feel like I should write the old fanfic because I haven't touched it, and like I actually thought about it. It's been I think it's been actually 2 weeks, because I was trying to write the very first week of vacation, and like I hadn't gone back to it since the month changed. So I really feel like I should try to write a little bit more for that. Since we're pushing back the laundry date, I think I'll spend tomorrow, if not today, just trying to finish all the 4-panel comics one right after the other. Then again, I did write down as soon as I was done with the audio files and the video that I was going to go straight back to the script. So I don't know. I just feel like the script feels like a lot more work than the 4-panel comics. I already know what I'm going to do with that, which is why I kind of want to get them out of the way first, and then go back to the script a little bit later. But I just I don't feel like it right now. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? I did check on Yasu, still no progress. I don't know what to think of him right now. I just still waiting to know where he's going. Because like, there's a part of me that hopes that he makes it to his destination anyway, but there's a part of me that's afraid that he is gonna come back, and like I'm not looking forward to having to figure out what to do with him if he comes back. Most likely I'll have to list him again, but I won't send him overseas. I don't know. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I feel like maybe I should wait until, like, probably doubt it, but maybe I should wait until the Token Rambo movies come out and try to sell him again. I know that the live action is gonna get a sequel. I don't remember when though, but I do know that the Hanamaru is gonna get a movie trilogy, and that's gonna start in next year. So maybe I should just wait for that. I don't even know if Yasu's gonna even be in the movie. He probably isn't. I should probably just get rid of him as fast as possible. In the meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out with all these books I'm planning on buying, where am I gonna put them? I'm thinking about moving a few things in the living room, because like the camera is taking up space on the bookshelf, and if I just put it somewhere else, I can probably fit all the new books there. I don't know. And then there's this pile of paper I have. Maybe I should move the camera down there instead, because like I have this big pile of craft paper and we barely use it. And like I figure maybe I should probably put the camera there or the books there. I figure the camera goes there and then the books can go next to the magazines. I don't know. We're most likely just going to keep the books until we got them all read, and once they're all completely read, we'll just send them to donated them to the community room. I don't know. A part of me wants to go in there and just get rid of the stupid books that are there, because they have a lot of stupid ass books. I mean, I know that I talked about them the first time we read them, when we brought some of the books from the community library up to our apartment. And like, some of those books are just so like, oh man, like how dare you try to get the children of this community to read this? Even Grace sucked. Grace's book really sucked. Is there anything else that's on my mind besides that? Kind of makes me wonder, how many books did Grace get, and should I just get the other ones? Because like they don't have the complete collection for Grace. Maybe I should look at that. Even though that I hated Grace, I feel like it would be some benefit to the kids if the series was complete. I don't even know how they got those books or what company donated those books to them, but like some of those books are just like, I feel like I just want to put all the sucky books someplace where the kids can't get them, and the better books someplace the kids can reach them. They're not very tall, so I don't know. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So after record audio, I updated my journal, and then Monika got home sometime around like 2:30. We ate dinner, and then at 3, Monika went to go make the chicken. I was tired, so I laid down, and I couldn't really rest because Monika was having an argument with herself in the other room. So I came into the living room, and I talked to her about shit, and then she got her head together. We walked around for another 30 minutes, and then I went back on at like 4:40. I played for her Jobless Reincarnation, and we watched videos after that. We got off at 5:30. She went to go throw out the trash. We read Joss. I worked on one of the 2 design pages for Winder's head sketches. And then we went to bed, but we both couldn't sleep. We ended up getting up at like 7:15. I wrote my old fanfic, finally. I managed to clock in like 3 pages for that. And then Monika got tired and she got back in bed at 8. So I stopped at 8:30. I went to bed, and then she couldn't sleep again. So we stayed up just talking for a little bit. And then she got out of bed at like, what time was it? I think it was 1 o'clock. And she just did a bunch of typing and stuff. So yeah, I ended up joining her sometime around like 3:50, so it was almost 4. The first thing I did was check Yasu's status. He is back in Los Angeles. I was so fucking disappointed by that. I was like, okay, fine. So I ended up refunding that girl with the explanation in the description of what happened, that I checked his tracking and he ended up in California, so I was like, fuck. So after I refunded her, I was left with nothing but 30 cents. So yeah, at least that's completely off my shoulders now. I don't have to worry about him anymore. Now, all I need to do is just wait for him to show up. His entire tracking information completely changed. So instead of saying that he was going to Belgium, it's charting his journey back to California, which is frustrating. So yeah, I resumed work on the script for chapter 128. I loaded my video. I was pretty bummed out, and that just kind of like affected me when I was trying to like focus on writing. I managed to finish the scene for Byron, but I had a hard time with the scene with Fauna, and I just didn't know what to write. So I stopped and printed out something for Monika. It was a summary of an old story that she was coming up with. So yeah. So she got off the computer to make breakfast. I played music for her. We stopped to eat. We watched videos. And then we split up at like 6. I resumed work on the script and managed to finish it. I printed out at 7. And then I went back to work on the 4-panel comics that were almost ready to be finished. The first one I ended up finishing was a happy 120 chapters comic. So that's out of the way. I got tired and I got off at like 8:11. And then I updated my journals and planners, and then I worked on the drafts for the last 2 4-panel comics. I finally forced myself to finish those. Monika got out of bed at 10, and we decided that it was just best to go and just do the shower early, because we didn't want to be like, we weren't really sure if the weather was going to be on our side or not, which is why we just wanted to get the shower out of the way early, and we didn't want to be like cold outside. So yeah, despite that, we ended up leaving. We got out of the shower at 11:30. We ate lunch, we watched videos, and then Monika wanted to go to the Anaheim Plaza to pick up something. So we hit Daiso looking for a comb. They didn't have it. They did have my tapes though, so I replaced the tapes that ran out recently. I also found 2 more sets of tapes, and I wanted to try them out. I don't know if I regret that, because they're not exactly the greatest tapes that I've ever gotten, but like, they work. I found some other ones that I just was so tempted, but they were kind of like, and they weren't really colorful. They were mostly like drab, which is why I didn't get them. But I do have some certain photos and decorations for my journals that are kind of on the drab side, so I feel like they would have worked with them. I don't know. I think it would have just been better for me to use markers in that case. So yeah, we hit Smart and Final. We got Cheese and Ripple. We hit Walmart, and we got everything else, and we got home at 3. So we ate dinner. I ended up playing with all my washi. I don't know where to put the tapes that I can't use yet, so they're just hanging out in one of my fabric drawers. I finally got rid of a tape that I don't care for, and it's sitting in the drawer. Actually, the 2 tapes I didn't care for. I put them in the new chamber boxes that I got for the new tapes, and they're just hanging out there, not doing anything. I don't know if I have any other tapes I want to banish like that, because there's just some tapes that are like, oh, I don't know what to do with this fucking tape. Maybe the silver tape, I can get rid of that too. So Monika's writing, I'm recording. This is what I need to do. Now that the script is done, I need to do the storyboard. I figure since we're going to the laundromat tomorrow, I'm going to take the chapter 128 script with me to knock that storyboard out. I wanted to do stuff for the 4-panel comics. I'm not sure if I'll have the energy to do it tomorrow if I get done with the storyboard early. The storyboard usually takes the entire duration of the stay, so I don't know. I'll have to see. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? I'm getting close to finishing everything. Now that the last 3 4-panel comics are in draft form, I have 2 other things to do. I have to do the plans for the extension pages. There's 2 of them. And then I have the Ask Amymoneys. I don't even know if I want because I have 2 of them. I thought I had 1. The second one is either going to be that or a notes for Pasha, because it happens after a scene where he has time to think about something. So I'm like, maybe I should do it then. I don't know. I think I should. It's been a while since I've used Pasha's notes thing in a long time. It's like not since he tried to do something about I think it was Fuer. He tried to do something about Fuer, and then I haven't used the notes since then. What else is there besides that? And then I have the day in the life stuff I have to do, which I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be knocking those out when I'm working on the chapters, which I'm not really looking forward to, but you know, I have to get something done. So I think it would be ironic if I managed to get all this stuff done before next month, but like I'm probably going to still be doing the text next month. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So after I record audio, I went back on at 4:50. I completed the art for 2 4-panel comics, and I did a little bit for one of the ones that was not complete, but I didn't really like finish anything per se. I got off at like 6:40. I ended up going to sleep, but I woke up sometime around 11:50 because I heard talking in the other room, and when I looked, Monika was on the computer watching videos. She was trying to watch them on mute, but the video would start up with audio, and that's what I heard. So yeah, she told me she had been up since like 10. So yeah, I ended up updating my journal. I had a weird ass dream that I was in Twisted Wonderland, and we were setting up for a Halloween like room theme event. Like every group of students had like a specific room they were supposed to decorate, and we were supposed to hide until someone was supposed to come. I don't usually dream about Halloween, but like that was like the most weirdly specific like Halloween dream that I had. Oh god. So yeah, Monika ended up coming to join me sometime around like 12. We went back to sleep, and like we woke up at 7, and when I got up and I saw her cooking in the kitchen, I pointed out to her, we were supposed to go to the laundromat this morning. That means that she forgot to set her alarm clock to wake us up sometime around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning so we can get everything ready. She didn't bother packing the laundry last night. A reason why I remember is because I set up my bag for us to leave, and like my bag was just sitting there, and I was like, fuck, we can't go, because like I don't like going anytime after like 7, because that's usually when it gets like super crowded. It gets super crowded like really fast. So yeah. In the meanwhile, I talked her into doing laundry tomorrow. And then we ate breakfast, we watched videos, I updated my journals, I got off at 8, and we left for Vaughn's. We got food, and we got home at like 9:30. And then I went back on at 10 to finish the extras. I completed those 2 extras that I completed the artwork for. And then I kept getting sidetracked looking for books on eBay. So I was looking to see if I can find anybody who owned the books I'm looking for the American Girls cheaper than thrift books. The only character whose books I found cheaper than thrift books for free shipping was Isabel. Nobody has both of Mia's books without like other American Girl books in accompanying with her, and I don't want to spend money on American Girl books I'm not interested in. So I did find someone that had both Mia and Isabel, but they had them with other things, and I found someone who had all 3 of Isabel's books but only one of Mia's, the first one, which left me kind of frustrated. I was like, ugh. So most likely I'm going to pick up Isabel from eBay. And then I'm probably going to get all the other books from thrift books. I did find somebody who is selling the gold medal series I found 2 people who are selling the gold medal series on eBay. The problem is that they're not cheaper than thrift books. Thrift books deal is much cheaper. So like I was so torn about it. Part of me kind of wanted to try to get them anyway, because I can actually see their photos and see how good their quality is, but like I can't tell that from thrift books, but I can get them cheaper from thrift book, which is so frustrating. So yeah, other than that, I ended up working up until like 11:30. I got off, I woke up Monika, and I told her about everything that I found. She made lunch, I crushed bottles, I played music for her while she was making the salad. We ate at like 12:30, we were done by like 12:50, and then we went straight back to bed for a little while. She fell asleep, but I couldn't. I was too busy thinking. So yeah, at like 1:50, I went back on. I played videos for her while coloring some illustrations. So I managed to finish Winder's old picture. And then we split up for a bit. Monika made chicken, and then she set up for the laundry for tomorrow. And then she decided to go hit the bank because we forgot to do that this morning. And right when she was about to get on her bicycle to leave, she realized that her front tire was flat. We were so like upset about this, but I'm not as upset about it as I would have been if we didn't know the stimulus was coming. So she's gonna have to waste, like, I think it was $15 for her to fix it last time. So $15 for her to fix her front tire. I feel so bad for her. So she left. She took my bicycle. I hate that because I feel like my bicycle never feels the same after she's used it. Like the first time it felt like it was moving slower, and then the second time she actually messed with the gears, and I had a hard time figuring out how to fix them back. So like I told her, please do not fuck with my gears again. It took me a long time to figure out how to fix them. It's just that when they're up too high, it feels like you're pushing yourself to go like nowhere. It really needs to be looked at, because like it's like no matter how much effort you put into it, you're always going at the same speed. It's so frustrating. It's like there's two modes. There's like you have a lot of pressure and you're basically making no ground, or you have no pressure and you're making no ground. And it's just like I hate that about my bicycle, but like I don't really want to make the investment to fix it. Ugh. Well, let's see how it happens. Let's see what happens after this. So she left sometime around like I think it was like 3:48. So I'm recording now. She left me watching the chicken. I think the chicken has at least like 30 to 20 minutes. So I'm trying to think of what I want to do right now. I could brainstorm. I am tired. I really would like to be like resting, but I can't fall asleep because I have to watch the chicken or else it's gonna burn. So other than that, what else is there? Okay, so one of the things I forgot to mention was that I checked Yasu's information. He is in Anaheim. He is specifically at the post office next to the Daiso in where the Anaheim Plaza is. So I don't know how long it's gonna take him to get to me. I assume that if he wasn't gonna show up by today, he most likely will show up by tomorrow. So tomorrow I have to keep a lookout for him in case that he ends up at my doorstep, because like he's too big for the package lockers that are in the front office. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. I'm like trying not to be mad, but I feel like now is a good time to relist him because everyone's going to have stimulus and some people are probably going to be irresponsible and buy figurines with him. So I feel like there will be no more perfect time to relist him than during stimulus week. I don't know if I'm going to get him, how fast I'm going to get him sold. I got Mikatsuki sold like really fast the second time compared to the first time. The first time, like everybody was haggling him down. So yeah, we'll have to see. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was supposed to go to eBay and change all of my listings to just America because apparently we're having trouble with sending things overseas. And that was like my first overseas package in like years, and it never made it to its destination. I am like really disappointed with that, but I'm also conscious that that's been a problem ever since COVID. So yeah. How annoying. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? I got no message back from his buyer, his ex-buyer. Is there anything else? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty. It is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I brainstormed for future chapters in volume 13. Monika got back at 4:45, so I wasn't able to complete my last thought. She came back in with Yasu. His box was a fucking mess. Oh my god. So I unboxed him. He seems like he's fine. I didn't really like go through the box to see if he was okay. I probably should have, but he seems like he's fine. She ended up buying new pens, and she bought a new SanDisk memory card for her phone. So after that, I packed my bag for laundry again. She packed the laundry in the bedroom, and then I updated my journal. I messed around with my pen collection a little bit. We read Joss. I worked on the extras, and we stopped at 5:52 to go to bed. In between reading Joss, I ended up starting my period, and it made it really hard for me to sleep. We ended up waking up at like 4:20, I believe. Monika told me that she accidentally set her alarm for the wrong day. So when she looked at it, we're technically kind of late. So we got up, we ate breakfast, we left home for the laundromat at like 4:55. We arrived sometime around like 5:10 a.m. and then we went straight to work on doing the laundry, and I started work on the storyboard. I didn't complete the storyboard before we left the laundromat. We got home at like 6:30. I checked our accounts to see if the stimulus had arrived. Mine did, but Monica's didn't, weirdly enough. I think it's a bit late. She's not the only person who's having this problem. Other people have had it too. So I guess if she's on a different like schedule for it than me, I don't know. I know that my account is much older than her account. Her account's pretty more recent. She got it within the last decade. First thing I did was I relisted Yasu, and then I went back to work on Winder's profile page. I edited through all of the sketches I did for it, and then Monica came to join me at 7:20. She made breakfast, the full broccoli chicken breakfast that we usually eat, and then we watched videos. We split up at like 7:36, and then I reprinted out drafts for Binder's old illustration. And I got tired and I got off at 8:30. I rested until 9:50, and then we got out of bed to leave for the bike guys place. So we both took our bicycles. We walked all the way down to the bike guy. He was not there when we showed up, and we were like there at like 10. It was like almost 10:40. So I went straight to Target. She dealt with him. He charged her like $19 to fix her bike. So as soon as my bike was locked up behind Target, I walked all the way to the post office and I bought Yasu a new box. I got the, like, I guess it was the biggest box. It wasn't the biggest box, but like it was pretty big. So I paid for that. And then I met up with Monika at Northgate. She had just bought muffins. So we ended up hitting Target to see if they had any new journals. They have some journals. It doesn't feel like they have the entire roster of everything for the spring journal lineup, which kind of bummed us out. I don't know if we're going to have to go to a different Target to get a better selection. Sometimes our closest Targets have the best selection, but then sometimes other Targets have better ones. So we might have to go back to Fullerton or the Euclid Target or whatever, just to get a look at what else is there. So yeah, we ended up getting the every year for school supply season, they usually have what's the name of that company? 5-star? Yeah. They have these ornate 5-star notebooks, and like we noticed that they were selling ginormous ones. The color selection is orange, forest green, and white. And Monika thought that I was mistaken when I told her they were big. And like it wasn't until we actually put them in the closet with the other books that she realized, oh, they're fucking big. They're fucking big. Oh my god. But they basically look the same designs. I'm surprised they went with forest green and orange. I ended up taking the forest green and orange one. I put it on display on the bookshelf because it still has that like spring theme to it. So yeah, after we were done with Target, we walked all the way down to Taco Bell. We got chalupas, and then we split up again. So I got my bicycle and I met her at the crosswalk outside of Northgate because she had her bicycle, but I had all her stuff. I had her locks. I had her helmets. She honestly didn't even need to bring her locks. We brought those for nothing. So yeah, we got home at like 11:40. We ate lunch, and then I went back on at 12, and I fucking splurged on books. So on eBay, I got the collection of the person who had all of Isabel and one Mia book I got a really nice offer for the 2 gold medal books. And then I ended up buying the second Mia book and Eggs Over Evie off of Thrift Books, and then I got what's it called? Mom and Me versus the World on Amazon, and everything got charged to my account right away except for the Amazon purchase. Weirdly, I don't know why that delayed. I guess it's gonna go through eventually, but yeah, that happened. I spent so much money on that. I could have just gotten them all from Thrift Books and saved more money, but the thing is that I felt like I was helping other people by buying from other accounts on eBay. I figured those people would probably need the money more. So yeah, I'm really excited to read the rest of Isabel and then the next gold medal book. I'm really interested in seeing how that goes. Other than that, I tried to decide if I wanted to get the other Joe Whitmer books, but I was so iffy about how they sounded. And for some reason, Colonial Madness is not rated as high as some of those books. And I'm just like, I'm really not 100% sure if I want to get them or not. So like, I decided to leave it for a different day. While we were at Thrift Books, we almost got Real About High School. I've been wanting to get it again, but at the same time, I've been really like iffy about it because like, it just, it felt like a step backwards to own it again. And like, especially because the ending wasn't that good, but I really love the art. So I'm just like, I don't know. So I just saved the list of all the books because they had an entire selection by the identity of, I think they're either the writer or the illustrator. I can't remember. After that, we ended up getting off at 1. We decided to hit the bank, and then afterward, Monika wanted to get some stuff from CVS. She wanted a memory card, but from my phone. So, I initially didn't like want to get it, so I forced her to show me how this memory card thing works. So she had to like restart her phone just to get it to read the memory card and everything that she put on it. So once I saw how it worked and that it worked, I was like, okay, fine, I'll invest in one. So we ended up getting that. We also got a bunch of we got 4 new journals and a brush. And it was so weird to be there because there was a whole bunch of people there who were trying to get their COVID vaccines. All these people in line to get COVID vaccines. I was like, oh, it was so awkward. Okay, so we got home at like 2:10. We finally ate beans. We've been trying to eat these beans. We keep forgetting to make the beans, and they go bad really fast, which is why it's a huge priority to try to eat them. So we ate the beans. I went back onto the computer to watch stuff on YouTube with Monika. I did some shading, and we got off at like 2:55. So here's the plan. She wants to read. I don't know if she's gonna have the energy to. She's recording right now, and I don't know if she's gonna be playing with my memory card. But like, I'm thinking about putting all the random music that I've downloaded off of the internet that's not on my phone, just random like nice like no copyright music for like YouTube videos. I don't know if I want to do that or if I just want to put All a City Girl back on or something. I have to decide, because I only listen to 3 albums. I listened to Chroma Velocity. And I don't even like that. I don't even like that album. There's only like a few songs that I actually like. And then Somnolent Nova, which is my favorite. And then the most recent one that came out this last year, which is Goddess of the Formless. Is that what it was? No, it was the other one. Was it Siren of the Forest? Oh, I can't remember the name of that album anymore. I think it was Goddess of the Hollow and then Siren of the Formless. I can't remember which one was which, but it's the first one of the 2. I actually really like that one better, and I only listened to those 3, and I want to go back to listen to all of them, but I took them all off because they take up too much memory. So yeah, I could add that. Is there anything else that's on my mind besides that? Anything else? Hopefully we're going to be reading a chapter of Joss. I think we're like almost to the realization portion of the book where she's at Shadow Rock. So at this point we figure she's going to like realize that she's being she needs to be more of a team player. I don't know how to explain that. I feel like I side with her on this case, that she just wished that she could have like completed what she was trying to do at the talent show, just to show people what she can do, and she could never like really show that off. And, like, I feel like that's the through line here, but I feel like it was just not obvious in the beginning of the book. It just felt like they were throwing too many random, like, scenarios together, and they just didn't, like, weave into each other until she got mad at her friend. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Okay, so, tomorrow I'm gonna check Monika's account again to see if she's got her stimulus yet. I also want to see if I can find Melody Piper. I know I don't really need another Ever After High doll, but I've been meaning to get this doll since we first moved to this city, and that was like, what, 4 years ago now? I'm so mad I never tried to get her. So I'm gonna see if I can find anybody who's selling her secondhand. I might have to get a doll that's like a bit used and probably try to refurbish her a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to see. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty. It is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So I have to record audio. Monika went back on. I updated my journal. We were supposed to start reading Joss as soon as she was done, but she wanted to go out again. So we hit Ross. We ended up picking up stuff for the bathroom. And then we got a few things at Target. Monika ended up getting this really expensive bag. It was like $40. So yeah, we got home at like 5:25. And then we finally read the next chapter of Joss. She basically traumatized herself, and she wasn't able to do her cheerleading shit after that. And I was like, seriously, all that Shadow Rock stuff that she wanted to do, and like she just traumatized herself, and it just, oh, it made me so upset. So yeah, I completed 2 draft pages for the extras. So one set was some of the sketches I need to do for Winder's design page. I still need to do this one photo of him in Fouillard, but I just have to draw it. Ugh. And the other one was a 4-panel comic, and I actually printed that out so I can line art that next time we read. So yeah, I have a problem with the way I drew his old version, but I had to leave it like that because the only interesting thing about his character design was a stupid hat, and like, there's nothing I could do about it. So yeah, we ended up going to bed right after we read Joss. I slept until like, I don't know. All I know is that Monika woke me up and talked to me a couple of times. The last time I remember her talking to me, it was like 3 a.m. And she told me she wanted to go back to Main Place because she regretted not getting some of the things that we saw, but she was also kind of losing her marbles at the time that all that happened, so like it couldn't be helped. But yeah, it just like, she woke me up to tell me that. I had a hard time falling back to sleep. Okay, so she went on the computer, she checked her bank account, still no stimulus. I even told her, I was like, okay, I just checked Twitter, there's still people who haven't gotten their stimulus yet, so if you haven't gotten yours, you know, don't panic. So yeah, she was just disappointed though. She was on until 5. She got off to make breakfast. We ate, and then we took a shower. And as soon as we were done with the shower, we went back to sleep. I don't know how long I was in bed. All I know is that I ended up forcing myself to get out of bed at like 9:30. So I checked on everything. The 2 things that I got from eBay have shipped out. So I'm waiting for that now. I'm still waiting for like confirmation from Thrift Books and Amazon. So far I got nothing there. While I was on, I also updated Winder's character page. I was working on that most of the morning, and then I worked on printing out that 4-panel comic in blue, and I went looking to see if I could find Melody Piper for sale. I remember saving 2 of them, but for some reason I only had one on my watch list. It's almost $30 with the shipping included. Man, I regret not getting her when she was for sale in stores. I'm just like, I feel so screwed now. Ugh. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to buy her yet still, so she's still in my watch later list. It's just that Monica wanted to go get her medication because she got a alert from Walgreens. So we ended up going to Walgreens after where we hit Pick and Save because she had to use the restroom, and then we ended up buying focaccia. And then we went to Five Below and they had new sketch journals, so we got 2 of those. Then we went to 99-cent store and we bought a bunch of other books there too. So in total I probably spent around about $30 on everything. So like I feel more awkward about getting Melody, even though I really wanted her. I'm most likely gonna do it. It's just I just need some time to like motivate myself to do it, because every time I'm on the computer she's on it with me. We're always watching videos and like I'm supposed to be working and like it annoys me so much. But yeah, hopefully if I can just get her something to do, then I can have more computer time where I can focus on what I'm doing. So yeah, we don't know how long to be waiting for her stimulus. I'm hoping it comes in tomorrow, but if it doesn't come in tomorrow, we're gonna have to wait till Monday again, because like Bank of America doesn't do shit on weekends. So yeah, other than that, we ended up coming home from the 99-cent store at like 12:30. We rearranged stuff in our house to make room for all the new books that we got. She wanted to put away specific books that weren't aesthetically pleasing. The journals, the books that I put away were the first Five Below books that we got. I'm tempted to use one of them, especially the first one, because she started trying to do calligraphy in it, but she ended up ripping that page out of it, and I was like, okay, this book is trash now. So like I'm thinking about possibly trying it out, trying to actually like draw on it or something. But like I already have sketchbooks in the closet that I'm supposed to be using. I only use like one, and for the other ones I use like 2 or 3. I think I might have one left over. I don't know. I have to go back and look, because like I bought a bunch of them from Daiso, and I have one I've been using for the last like 2 to 3 years. Maybe it's 3 years. I forgot how long. All I know is I'm coming to the end of the book now. I rarely ever pick it up, and I've been meaning to recently too, because I've been thinking about this new character design. Alrighty, so yeah, after that, we opened up all the double pack journals that she got. She gave me 2 of the books that she didn't like, so I added them to my new fanfic book collection, because like I have all these books lined up that I'm planning on using for the fanfic. I haven't gotten down to using specific ones, and once I counted them all out, I was like, okay, this is good. I'm gonna subtract 2 of these books I have planned for the future, and then just put them back in the saved collection, which is just sitting on the corner of my desk over here. So yeah, they're the pretty ones, which is why I'm like, I'm gonna move them out. And they also don't fit the story, so I'm like, okay. And then I got sidetracked just fixing the covers of some of the books I had already wrote in. The covers were like too big. She has this issue of doing that, of when she makes book covers for my books to hide the actual ugly covers. She makes the covers too like wide, and I have to usually slim them down. And I remembered I should do that, because I found the first one she gave me and I looked at it and I was like, oh hey, yeah, I actually went out of my way to slim this down. Why haven't I done that to the other 2 yet? So I mean, I wish I had, because like the other 2 were such a bitch to write in when I was writing in them. So I did a little bit of decorating to them a little bit. So yeah, I can just put them away now. In the meanwhile, after that, we ended up splitting up. She made lunch at like 1:25, so we had lunch very late. We ended up watching videos while we were eating, and then I updated the budget. I got off at like 2:25, and so now I'm recording audio. Tomorrow's the last audio file recording. I wanted to work on the script. I probably should have worked on it today, but like, and I don't think I'm going to be able to work on it on next week, because next week I have to start proofreading. So I really want to get something done for the next chapter 129, but I'm not even done with the storybook for chapter 128, which makes me extremely angry. I've been dawdling way too much. Not enough shit has been getting done. I'm just like trying not to get angry. Ugh. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. So I'm gonna try to line art the one of the 4-panel comics that I have, and then I'm gonna try to finish the drafts for the other 2, and then I'm gonna try to finish the storyboard. I'm probably gonna do it at the end of the day when she's doing something else. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? Oh, one more thing. This wasn't that important, but we moved the new bed boxes that we got from Target. We moved them from the living room to the bedroom. I had suggested to put them in the closet, and she didn't want to, and now she's been agreeing with me that's a better thing to do because she put them where I usually put the recycling. She had to endure having the recycling underneath the table where that she typically uses in the living room. So like now that I've moved them, I put the recycling there, which reminds me, we're getting really close to finishing the second bag. So I figure by next month we're probably going to go back to the recycling center. I don't know, I'll have to see how that goes though. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So after I recorded audio, we read Joss. I did some line arting. I managed to finish one draft, and then I knocked out the line art for a completely different page. And then we stopped to rearrange our books a little bit because like all the new stuff that we got recently, we haven't quite put it away. We just put it anywhere. So I ended up putting away specific books that were on display and putting those back in their collections, and then we put all the new books on display. Once I was done with the extras, I ended up getting sidetracked working on a character design for another pink-haired character. I'm trying to do something that was kind of simple, but Monika likes the design where it seems like she has like buns, and like she wasn't supposed to have buns. She has like a quarter of her pigtails like folded up and behind her head, and like Monika liked that, but I just didn't, because like it just looked so weird by the time it was done. So I just removed it, and I'm specifically trying to make a parody of a character that I like, that I know the person who created that character doesn't give two shits what happens to her anymore. I know it's like, why don't you just do fan art of that other character? I'm like, that's pointless. It's just easier to make my own than to try to do fan art of someone else's character. So yeah. In the meanwhile, after that, we went back on at 4:30 to watch videos, and we browsed the Target website together. I managed to find some of the new journals that were supposed to come out this month, but like they didn't have all of them. I don't know if they have them now. We should probably go back and check it. We haven't. I ended up passing that 4-panel comic. I line arted it out to Monika, and then I printed out the other one in blue. I'm almost done with Caleb's character profile artwork. I just got tired and got off at like 6:20. We slept sometime around to 12:50. It was almost 1 o'clock. So Monika ran to the computer to check to see if her stimulus check came in, but no, it still is not in. At this point, we're pretty much expecting it to come in next week. I don't know when, but we'll have to see. So yeah, she was on up until like 2 a.m. and then she went back to bed. I had a fucking scary ass dream. I don't want to even talk about it. But like while I was like coming to from having that creepy dream, I knew I could get up and finish the storyboard, but I didn't get up and do it. So yeah, we officially woke up and got out of bed at 7. We ate breakfast, we watched YouTube, we split up at 8, and I finished the chapter 128 storyboard. I revised the script. It took a while for me to revise through it. I set up the drafts, and then I took all the audio off of my cell phone to get the brainstorm recording files for the next volume. And I ended up typing out the entire like first recording of the 2 recordings. I had to go back through the second recording. It's not done because Monika came home in the middle of it, so I have to like get what little I did get from that. But I also feel like I have to go back through all my old previous recordings and see if I have any old information that I've forgotten about. and probably retire certain files that I'm done with. So yeah, I haven't done that yet though. So I ended up getting off sometime around like 10:30. I wrote my new fanfic. Monika made lunch and we ate. Afterwards she read what I wrote, and then we decided to go walking around for like 30 minutes. We walked around from like, I think it was like 2 o'clock onward, and we ended up stopping at like 2:30. So she's on the computer now. This is what I need to do, because this is the last recording. I need to unload this phone again with this file, and then I need to start editing the audio. I don't want to fall behind on that. I also want to catch up with everything I need to color. I want as much of that stuff done and out of the way as possible. I don't know how much I can get done in just like 2 days. But I need to scramble to finish what little I have left for the 4-panel comics. I need to get down to working on the revisions for the chapter proofreads, and that's going to help me get the momentum I need to write the last 2 extension comics. So those 2 have been waiting, so I figured I'll be working on them during the 3-month break between chapter 110 chapter 111. It makes me so annoyed that I've been waiting this long. So yeah, I'll get to that. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? Nothing's coming to my eyes at this second. So I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.